Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Have you ever wondered if the world you see with your own eyes, the sounds you hear, and the decisions you make every day are actually real? Probably not, because even right now, your brain is tricking you into believing a version of life that isn't truly real. We humans think our brain is the most powerful and perfect computer in the universe that can never mess up. But the truth is, this magical machine is just as much a trickster as it is smart. It can show you things that never even happened, and hide the obvious right in front of you. From the moment you wake up until you go to sleep, you're living in a web you've spun yourself. Like when you walk into a dark room and suddenly a cloth hanging on the wall looks like a ghost. That's not your fear. It's just your brain's old habit playing tricks on you. Our neurological system spends a lifetime just guessing to make sense of things. It never waits to see the full picture, but fills in the missing parts on its own and creates a story. Over millions of years, our ancestors had to make split-second decisions to survive in the wild. If there was even a small rustle in the bushes, the brain automatically assumed it was a tiger hiding there. The one who took the bush for a tiger got scared and ran away, staying alive, even if it was just the wind. But the one who doubted too much might have ended up as an animal's dinner. Because of this survival mechanism, our brain is now wired to find familiar patterns in everything unfamiliar. That's why when you look at clouds floating in the sky, you start seeing animal faces or a flying car. The headlights and bumper of cars might even look like the car is smiling at you or glaring angrily. Science calls this mental trick pareidolia, where our mind looks for faces even on a blank canvas. And that's just the beginning. This visual illusion is minor compared to what really happens when our brain starts messing with our memories. You probably remember a childhood event super clearly, like your 10th birthday or the first time you went on stage. You can swear that what you remember really happened just the way you feel it now. But neuroscience says that even your most solid memory could be totally made up. Our brain doesn't work like a video camera that records everything in high def and saves it on a hard drive. When we try to remember something from the past, we're not just opening a file and watching it again. We're actually rewriting that story every time. Each time you recall a memory, your current feelings, thoughts, and the environment you're in get mixed into it. Over time, parts of that memory start to fade, and the brain fills in the gaps with stuff it makes up. You'll feel like you're telling the absolute truth, but unknowingly, you're actually believing in something that never happened exactly like that. This brain glitch doesn't just affect one person. It can happen to whole groups of people at once, and that's what the world calls the Mandela effect. When South Africa's great leader Nelson Mandela died in 2013, it shocked millions worldwide. What's weird isn't that people were upset, but that millions were completely sure Mandela had actually died back in prison during the 1980s. They remembered TV clips of his funeral, newspaper headlines. They were totally convinced. When so many people believe the same false thing, it shows how fragile our collective memory really is. Our brain isn't designed to find the absolute truth. It's built to keep us comfortable with as little energy as possible. Thinking uses a lot of glucose and energy, so the brain takes shortcuts. These shortcuts are called cognitive biases, and they manipulate our decisions all the time. Say you go shopping for a new phone and suddenly one brand looks perfect. You only read the glowing reviews and ignore all the videos pointing out its flaws. That's confirmation bias. Our brain only accepts info that matches what we already believe. If we like someone, their mistakes seem like just excuses. But if we dislike them, even their good deeds look suspicious. We trap ourselves in a mental prison we built, where no new light gets in. Or when you see a shirt with a price tag of 5,000 rupees and think it's expensive, but then it's marked 50% off, and you buy it immediately. Your brain used that first price as an anchor, and that's anchoring bias. Because of this, we never really figure out the true value of things. Companies and marketing experts take advantage of these brain flaws to sell us stuff we never really needed. We like to think we're in control, but the truth is, many of our decisions are already decided by some algorithm or brain trick. Plus, our brain is great at convincing us that we're smarter, more honest, and more right than everyone else. When someone else suddenly slams on the brakes while driving, we immediately think they're a bad driver or just plain stupid. But when we mess up the same way, we blame potholes, the weather, or some other excuse. Linking other people's mistakes to their character, but blaming situations for our own slip-ups, is just our ego's way of saving face. If our brain didn't do this, we'd have to confront our flaws all the time, and that could totally crush our self-confidence. So it keeps us inside this nice little bubble where we're always the hero, and everyone else looks like the villain or just side characters. Think about it. The very organ that connects you to the whole world can also keep you so far from the truth. This gets even deeper when we drown in our emotions. Fear, anger, love, hate. These aren't outside things happening to us. They're just chemical reactions in our brain. A tiny neurotransmitter like dopamine can make you feel on top of the world, while a spike in cortisol can drag you down into the darkness of depression. When you're in love, your brain basically puts the logical part to sleep for a while. You don't see any flaws in the other person because your system is high on a special kind of chemical buzz. But once that chemical storm settles down, reality hits and everything feels different. The truth is, nothing really changed. Your brain just changed the color of its window, so the whole world looks different. It's important to realize that our brain isn't our enemy. It's just doing its job. It's trying to keep us safe in this huge, scary universe, where millions of pieces of info hit us every second. If our brain tried to process every single sound, color, and event deeply, our system would crash. So it filters, deletes, and modifies a lot of things on its own. But the biggest downside to this filtering is that we forget our limitless potential. We start believing in the boundaries our brain draws based on fear and past experiences. If you failed at something in childhood, your brain created a permanent neural pathway telling you that you're just not made for that. Every time you think about trying again, it drags you back by reminding you of old pain and failures. It comes up with 100 excuses and reasons to keep you stuck in your comfort zone, so you don't have to face that unknown challenge again. But this is exactly where you have to rise above being just a simple creature and become a conscious human. Your brain is a tool, not your whole identity. You're not a slave to your thoughts, but their caretaker. When you start realizing that not every thought is true, something amazing happens inside you. A deep peace and awareness are born. You begin watching your brain's tricks from a third-eye perspective and stop falling for its illusions. Just knowing that our mind tricks us is the first and most important step to breaking free from that deception. Whenever you feel scared, whenever you feel like you're losing, stop and tell yourself that this is just a mental pattern, not the ultimate truth. Your real strength doesn't lie in how perfect your mind is, but in how far you can push beyond its limits. History shows that everyone who achieved something big in this world simply refused to accept the boundaries their mind set for them. They overcame their fears, their comfort zones, and the false signals their mind used to send to hold them back. So next time your mind tells you that you can't do it or you're not good enough, just smile and keep moving forward. Because you are way bigger, way stronger, and filled with limitless possibilities than the illusion your mind creates.